exercise 3, which dealt with quantum error correction. So essentially, we all know, like, there are like majorly the errors which can be there, like there's a bit flip or is a phase flip, or there is a combination of both of them. So these are like the three possibilities which can happen. So how do we do it? Is like they had given an exercise where you entangle the qubits and then you measure them, and then you see the output, whether that will be like 0 0 and 1 1, and then they gave up an exercise where they flipped one bit and then they showed us the output. So the output was like 0 1 and 1 0, so which was not the expected one, so that because there was an additional extra flip which you had they done. So this was the exercise which they gave, and what they had asked us was to write a code for the IBM Tokyo backend and for its particular design layout. So they had given up like this, like going the simplest way, where you don't need to like you don't need to change the initial layout, and you need not take up any other qubits which are available. Just take it what IBM had given and make some small changes so that you have a best fit coming out of it. So we just do it like we import the particular circuit. So what major thing which we had to look into was such that like they had given up an initial layout of these particular qubits, where your first 4 they act as the code qubits, and the rest 3 they act as a syndrome qubits. So there was an error, like how do we actually stand? This was the code which they had given. So how do we adapt this particular code into this IBM Tokyo's platform? So if we see like this was the circuit, if we see like the code thing, like how you see like the code qubits and the syndrome qubits needs to be arranged. So just try to map this particular figure, like essentially just take this particular section, like this particular 3 by 3 system, like 0 1 2 5 6 7 10 11 12, and try to map that with this particular C0 S0 C1 S1 C2 S2 and C3 S3 C4. So if I map, so my 0 will be nothing but C0, 1 will be S0, 2 will be C1, 5 will be S1, 6 will be C2, 7 will be S2, my 10 will be C3, 11 will be S3, 12 will be C4. So if we see that there is a missing connection between 2 and 7, that means if we want to use the same initial layout which they have given and don't write like take up another initial layout. So if we take this particular initial layout and if you want to use fake Tokyo as a particular backend, so since there is a missing link between 2 and 7, that means S2 and C1. So how do we actually come up with it? Because you don't have a real physical connection between them. So technically you can't apply any apply any operation between these particular 2 qubits. So how do we actually do it? Is basically this, nothing but whenever we are going to apply any operation between 2 and 7, which is nothing but S2 and C1, what we do is we apply a swap moving before that, we see which are the qubits 7 is connected to. So it's connected to 6, 8, 12, and 1. And if we see the other, whichever qubits the 2 is connected to, it's connected to 6, 1. So we have either an option, either we like, if you see, so what we do is like whenever we apply the operation between 2 and 7, that is S2 and C1, we apply a swap operation between 2 and 6, bring this states to swap the states, and then they will be in direct connection with each other. That means if we apply an swap operation between C1 and C2, so the states will get interchanged, like it will be C2 but having the state of C1. So and then C2 is in direct connection with S2, which is nothing but 7. And then I apply apply the operation whichever we have to do it over here. And after the operation is completed, we again apply a swap operation, and then again we interchange C2 and C1. So essentially our job is done. Like we have handled this particular drawback which we had, like the connection, not we didn't have a connection between them. So like they said that the best possible solution was to just do a few tweaks into the code which they had provided. So essentially, if you see the code which they had given, so this doesn't involve, like essentially we just need to look on for operations which involve C1 and S2. So this doesn't involve C1 and S2. This doesn't involve. So when we come down over here, this is a statement which involves C1 and S2. So is there any other one? So actually there isn't any other operation which we are doing which involves C1 and S2. So we are just left with this particular thing. So how do we actually, and you can't actually, if you try to implement this code with the on the fake Tokyo one, it would give you an error, because since there isn't any physical connection between like you can't have the connection between C1 and S2, you can't apply an operation. So that's why what we do is, what we write in statement is like we put a swap gate between C1 and S2 before any operation of which involves C1 and S2. So we apply in swap gate between C1 and C2, and then we do this operation between C2 and S2, and then again we apply a swap gate between C1 and S2. So that's what we do over here, is like these are the two lines, this line and this line is just the thing which we need to add it onto the code which was given. So we apply a swap gate between C2 and C1, which is code 2 and code 2. So after this operation, the state of like both states are interchanged. So I apply, so the state of C1 is in C2 and the state of C2 is in C1. So now we apply an operation, which is the CX operation between code 2 and sync 2. And after we have applied the operation, this is like technically you're applying the operation between C1 and S2, but after swapping, it comes over here. So then we again reverse the states, like C2, we apply a swap gate between C1 and C1. So you have the initial thing, like your operation is done, you're back to your initial stuff, and you have actually executed the code, where you had to apply an operation, like for the error correcting code, we have to apply an operation between C1 and S2. And you have tackled that well by using the swap gates. And so, yeah, actually, this is the answer which we had to come up. So it's nothing yet, like we just need to add on these two swap gates and apply a C0 between C2 and S2 instead of C1 and S2, because your state of C1 gets into C2, and then you apply a C0 and then again put a swap gate. So this is the final thing, like this is the answer of the exercise 3. Now on, I'll ask